You got it. You got it.
Up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Focus. 2, 3, 4. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2. Hang in there. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! We did it.
We did it.
Yay! High five.
Welcome to the boiler room. This woman. I can't. We did it though. We did it. It worked out. Y'all don't know about that.
Seven, 9, 5, 2,
We're saying
1.
I know.
Do it!
Welcome to the boiler room, everyone. This is Precious Joubert. How are you?
Hi, Precious.
We have the wonderful singer-songwriter, Grammy-nominated, I might add, singer-songwriter, MC, producer, Carolyn Malachi. How are you?
I'm golden. How are you?
I'm happy you're here. That's what I am.
Thanks for having me. Hey,
Absolutely.
everybody out there. Thanks for watching.
Now, for those who don't know who you are, please introduce yourself. Let people know how you got started on your musical journey.
Oh, wow. Well, my name is Carolyn Malachi. I am a native of Washington, D.C. I'm currently in the DMV area. I have a lot of pride in my hometown and my home region, and I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. Everyone from, Tabby to Sound of the City. I'm just very proud to be representing this area. It feels good. It feels good. I did, however, get my start, I guess musically you could say, in college. A professor of mine exposed me to a software that's a former component of the Final Cut Pro software called Soundtrack. So I used to have like books and books of poetry lyrics and song lyrics, and I could like write things on piano, but it wasn't until I got exposed to Soundtrack that I started producing music to then go out and perform. And then one day, I remember I was performing at a street festival in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, which is where I went to school at Shepherd University.
Okay.
And this guy walked up to me. He was like, "Have you ever thought about performing with live musicians before?" So yeah, I thought about it, but never done it. So we sort of stole away to the college's music department. We didn't exactly break in. It's not a break-in unless the door is locked. So the doors were unlocked. So we walked in and into one of the rehearsal halls, and I played for him a couple songs on piano and sang for him, and he recorded it on his Walkman.
That's how.
Yes. He took it to a friend of his and was like, "Well, I'm going to play this for a bassist friend of mine, and he's really busy. I don't think he'll be able to work with us anytime soon." But then he called me a week later and was like, "Yeah, Matt wants to know when rehearsal is."
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I think that was the moment where I realized, okay, I have something. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to pursue it. And I just started listening to all the singers that I knew that I loved, like Sarah Vaughan, Lauryn Hill. I listened to Ella, just listened to Seal, Tom York, everybody that impacted me. Kermit the Frog.
I was a fan.
Kermit the Frog has this really dope song with Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, and sing the ABCs. I just listen to everything to try to make myself better. And then, fast forward a few years, I moved to the Baltimore area, got involved in the spoken word scene. I joined a recording academy because I knew that I went to school for business, didn't really know how to read music.
Okay.
I needed a very specific music industry education, and I got that in the recording academy. And worked on my next record with James McKinney, a very good friend of mine and producer. Hi. And put out a record called Lines, Fires, and Squares, and members of the Academy heard the single Orion, and they spoke up for it and
Beautiful
said,
song.
we thank you. They said, we think this is deserving of a Grammy nod, so they gave it to us. And now I'm working on my next album. God is good.
All the time.
Hey.
Can you recall your first major performance?
Yes. I didn't know how major it was. I mean, there have been so many, but last year was a very good year and very challenging. I randomly got called to perform for BET's Leading Women Defined event. It was just 100 people in the home of Deborah Lee. And if you don't know who Deborah Lee is the president and CEO of BET. And what I did not know was that the concert was a book release or a book reception for Mickey Taylor's book, which she wrote about Michelle Obama.
Oh, wow.
So, I didn't look at the crowd before we went on because number one, I was already a little shell-shocked. During sound check, Deborah Lee was sitting in her living room listening to us perform, and I'm like, wow.
This is kind of a big deal.
This is right. And I was like, okay, but I'm going to treat this well. I'm not going to do any networking before. I'm just going to focus. Because I came here to do a job. So let me do my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was all cool and composed. And I was ready to go on, focused. And my publicist runs in the room and says, oh my gosh, we just got the biggest endorsement. I'm like, what are you talking about? She says, Mickey Taylor just said, I'm so glad I'm here. I'm going to keep my remarks short because Carolyn Malachi is here to perform and I cannot wait to hear her. And I'm like, yo, this is Mickey Taylor. I grew up reading her columns in Essence magazine.
Oh my goodness.
So to know that the work that has been done has really touched her enough for her to come out and just be that, blatant and emotional, that was big. So we went out, played a really great show, and it was amazing. And now, because of that performance, we get to perform at the Apollo in April.
So now you can walk around saying, Mickey's my best friend. Y'all don't even
It's
know.
my girl.
That's my homie.
Hey, boo.
I enjoy your music. So you offer something that not a lot of other artists do. You have a lot of depth to your lyrics. Do you have to be in a certain space in order to write?
I prefer to be on the move while I'm writing.
Oh, okay.
So whether that's my treadmill, I write some amazing stuff on the treadmill. Yeah.
You need quiet, you need your peppermint tea, the candles
No.
and everything lit.
I just need life.
Yeah.
I just need experience. Because, the inspiration can sort of hit anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like to get the thoughts out.
Do you have a favorite song?
In general,
Of yours.
Of
that
mine.
You've written.
probably a song I haven't written yet. I just love to write and express, and I love getting feedback,
Mm-hmm.
like the feedback you just gave me, because knowing that something I've written has struck a nerve with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
that just, and the right nerve, you know what I mean? Not girl, I heard one of your songs and it, made me want to run in the street, I don't want that kind of reaction. I mean, art is always open to interpretation, but I'll say this, art is open to interpretation, but in a time when it's so easy to listen to something or absorb a piece of art without feeling it, it gives me great pride and pleasure knowing that somebody's actually listened to something that I've done and felt something. There's so many people out here who just want to feel
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess in that way all my songs are my favorite songs, the ones that make people feel.
Hey. You are a dancer, don't move unless I am there. You choreograph in tune to my heartbeat. Slide over here into that chair and play me a melody blacker than asphalt. You ought to call me in the morning. I want to do this groove and make music amid all the concrete. You take my heartbeat and play me some soul, Mr. Drummer. That DJ's got nothing on you. Good bottom groove. I wanna do this groove and make music amid all the drinking. Hear what I'm thinking? You've managed to capture my time. So if you play that bass line, I'll lay down a fat rhyme. We could call it hang time off the fly. If you be so inclined, blow my mind all together one time. Water's wine. This is lovely. Organic soul, love me for my soul. The CM, complicated mother, timetable for a heart black and white cover. Add some color to my world, don't be scared, brother. I'm just a Rubik's Cube looking for a dandy glover. Yeah, beloved, you the one I covet. You like every good thing my daddy says you wasn't. And you can get this good thing on the daily doesn't. I feel like a hit when you reach my summit. Word to Pat, you be the only 10 I see. I be a lady volunteer now. Bring me 7 rings, I am in orbit. Situated in the heavens, no manly possession. And my Batuella Dilla. So love me for my soul. Love me for my soul. Love me, organic soul. Love me for my soul. For my soul. So what a bad, but a bad, but a bad. Da 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 da, so da da da, boom, ba da doo. Ba da da da, so ba da doo, ba ba da da da. So da 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 da, ba da 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 da, so ba da ba da da da. And love me for my soul, love me for my soul.
Here's a bonus question. If you were doing anything music related, is there another field of work that you'd be doing?
Marketing.
Okay.
But specifically, I would do marketing for social good organizations, and I would specifically focus on like ways we can use new technology to solve old problems.
Okay.
You know, so organizations that specialize in that, and organizations that have results that you can observe and measure and is tangible. Like that's why I really like this nonprofit, the School Fund. Like you can see, like if you donate to that organization, you can see like that kid's receipts for his tuition getting paid. Like what you're doing is having an impact, and you can measure your impact, and it's global and it's local. So yeah, I think that's what I would do.
We need more of that going on.
Yeah.
Because you never know where that $5 is actually going to end up.
Oh, more
Like you said.
accountability, like
Oh,
more
yeah.
transparency.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You're also an MC.
Mm-hmm.
How did that portion come about in your artistry? How did that develop?
It's funny, that was first.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was first. That was first. That was before poetry. Because I don't know, like I was allowed to absorb like television as a kid between the hours of like 3 p.m. on Friday and maybe 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Oh.
And there was certain music that I would sneak to listen to certain kinds of music, and like Pac and Biggie, and, nobody really wanted me listening to that, right? So when I went away, like when I had my little private time to myself in my room, I was writing hip hop because hip hop was I was writing rap lyrics because hip hop was like my escape, in a sense, from all the like strict rules. But those rules are very good for me.
So what made that shift into your interest into singing?
I just naturally started singing.
Yeah.
I didn't like my voice at first. I was afraid of my voice. When I started performing in college, I would have people sing for me because I was too scared to do it.
Really?
I didn't believe I could do it.
Shame on you.
Until one of the singers just wasn't, I don't know, she just wasn't feeling it, and I realized that I was telling stories that were mine and nobody could tell my story like I could tell my story. But the powerful thing is realizing that my story is the story of so many other women. And that's just amazing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, thank you.
She's silly. If y'all haven't noticed by now, she's silly.
Everybody thinks I'm such a stick in the mud.
She's silly.
I'm-
That's because you're so smart. Because you're bright. You know, people expect Black Nerds Unite. Because you're so bright, people expect for you to be. No, but she's really silly.
Yeah, I like wear my heart on my sleeve and stuff. When I wear sleeves.
So you've taken your artistry to South Africa.
Yeah.
So we've had Asheru on the show. He's awesome. He was there. Our very own Biscuit was there. And you went to perform with the artist Double HP.
Yeah.
Could you share how that experience was for you?
I can tell you some things.
Yes.
Yes. That was another very big moment. I remember just getting off the plane and number one, just being in tears and realizing that that trip was more than it wasn't just about going to perform. Like, I've got family members of my family who have been to Africa and members who haven't. And the ones who have not said to me before I left, tell Mom Africa I'm coming home soon. I will be there soon. And so that was, I felt charged when I went. I felt like I was bringing everybody with me. It was a surprise. I didn't expect for it to happen. I didn't tell my family I was going to Africa until 2 days before the trip, because that's when we knew everything was solid. And I kind of just said it in passing, like, oh hey, I'm going to South Africa in a couple of days. They were like, okay. What? Okay,
Say that again? Right.
So then I remember it just being real when I was on my way to the airport. I said, yeah, so I'm getting on the plane.
I'm leaving now.
Right, and then that's when all the messages started coming, tell them I'm coming home. But hitting the stage in Johannesburg was just mind blowing. Because number one, that was my first time leaving the country to perform really. And I didn't know what I was walking into, but those musicians,
They spoke to you.
they just, Africa does something to you. And the music was so beautiful, the people were so warm. And I remember being so inspired by Double HP, and how his music has touched all of these people. Like Biscuit, can tell you, we were playing and somebody cut the lights off. He was playing and somebody cut the lights off in the club, they cut the power to the building. The power went out twice, but the drummer Biscuit kept playing, all the acoustic instruments kept playing, and people were singing the songs when Double HP didn't have a microphone. Nobody freaked out, everybody was just in the moment. Then the power came back on, and the band, all the instruments came back, and it was just like, wow. No matter if somebody tries to sabotage your stuff, if you have the heart of the people, if you have the people with you, the people will keep you going, And I think that had a lot to do with how I decided to develop my brand. I am so interested in people and the socioeconomic, status of people, and how music, speaks to people and helps you come up out of a situation. I just want to touch people with music. because that moment in South Africa, like, just really spoke to me. Like, it just really did.
I think you're absolutely accomplishing that. I really do. I really do. What are you currently working on?
Well, I'm working on many things. One of them is an album called Gold, which I'm really looking forward to.
Okay.
That will be out quite soon, quite quickly. And we're going to get that album out to you, but with great care. It's been a 2-year-long process working on this album, and we meaning my team, my amazing team. We're this big, but we're like the little engine that could. Like the kid from Little Giants. You want intimidation? I'll show you intimidation. But no, we've been working hard for 2 years, and we really feel that this album Gold is gonna make people remember that when you're going through something, you can always find that golden piece inside of you, that golden moment, that golden lesson. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be real dope.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
Can they find all this information on your website? How can people get in contact with you?
Oh, please stay in contact with me. I am an independent artist and I need you. So you can first always stop by CarolynMalachi.com. If you want to know what I'm up to at the moment, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Carolyn_Malachi. It's a verified account, so you know it's me. Facebook, I'm on the Instagram. Google Plus, very fond of Hangouts, so if you ever want to hang out on Google Plus, let me know, just hit me up. Yes. What else? Reddit.
I like how you said Twitter.
Yes, on the Twitter.
On Twitter.
On the Twitter. But yeah, so just look me up. Google me, and if you want to know when I'm coming to your town, you should always check CarolynMalachi.com /calendar. So.
Everyone, please see this woman in real life. She is amazing. If you don't believe me, go on her website, get a ticket, and go see where she's at.
Yeah, come holler.
Thank you so much for stopping past the boiler room. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this song is called Orion, and it's a conversation between a mermaid and an astronaut. So what the mermaid is saying, basically, it's like, yo, meet me halfway. So here we go. Hey, space cowboy, I want you in my interplanetary good vibe zone. Space cowboy, don't be coy, space cowboy, I'm a dish you enjoy. At least I will be when I get rid of these scales. I'm all fins and tails. You're all stars and fly, and just like you, I like to stick to what I know, dear. Lately this water's been jail. Feel the need to get me some sky, and just like you, I could use some variety. Orion, Orion, I'm gonna let you go, trust and fly with you. Orion, let's go flying. If you can navigate through the Milky Way, meet me somewhere in the clouds. See, I don't wanna be just another planet. I desire rings and moons and stars. Pluto has no oceans. Venus has no rain. Do you even plan on sustaining me if I fly with you? Orion, Orion, I'm gonna let's go. an easy rewrite, a salty Levite without a birthright. Never will I marry, I don't need to be a wife, especially if the title means I need to leave my life. Ascend to your Netherlands, what a master plan. Catch a wild dove, slide a missile in her clutch. What I heard to hover where she drops it. Love is suicide, you decide. The mission hearts is the target. Some people civilians caught up in the fray. Oh, delay, I am beckoning you from my new pollution. You is cruising for a cruising, and this ain't no carnival. These are muddy waters. Will not be a mother when I am still a daughter. Recovering from backhand, serve me compassion and passion. Can you afford the label, mister? Can you afford a stable relationship?
Live performances mixed by Kevin Jackson of Night Flight Studios.